Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Business Connections, where we help you promote your business and stay connected with people. So, for today's episode, I have a beautiful, amazing guest. She's a well-known singer, actress in the Philippines, and now she's based here in US. So, I'm really excited to introduce her. Without further ado, let me introduce Tootsie Guevara.
Hi everyone. Thank you so much, Wendy, for the beautiful introduction.
Well, thank you, Tootsie. I know this is our first time that we met through a good friend, and I'm really excited. I know you're very busy with your family, with your career as well, but magkwentuhan tayo because
Sure.
I know there's a lot of people and maybe your fans around the globe na gusto kang ring makita, and they also wanted to know, kamusta ka na?
I'm very good. I feel very blessed and grateful for everything. Who would have thought, never in my entire million years, even in my bucket list, to think that I'm going to live in the US. So, very busy. As we all know, life here in the US is so much different. My lifestyle here is different than, of course, in the Philippines. In the Philippines, we can have maids, drivers, and whatnot. Everything is served with you with a silver or golden spoon. But here, I really matured a lot, found myself happier. It just everything is just amazing. So very good. So I'm a mom. I'm married. I have two boys. I have a dog now. I work full time. Obviously, it's not entertainment. So I was able to use my college degree, which I'm very happy. That's why when I was still in the Philippines, I was so determined in finishing my education because I knew at some point I need to have a backup plan. So that's what I do now. And here and there, if the timing is right and if I'm available, occasionally I perform. But just selected projects that works with my family schedule.
That's great. But I also wanted to know, and my TBC viewers wanted to know, let's go back like years ago when you first started in the Philippines. Kasi I was telling you when you came, I'm also one of your, a fan. And I watch you on That's Entertainment. That's how you started. I think you were still 18.
Nine.
Really? Nine?
I was the youngest.
You were the youngest. I remember that. And then that was your first, parang break. And then you bloomed to a beautiful lady and you started singing talaga. Yun yung passion mo, diba? So, talk to me about how was your experience being an artist in the Philippines?
Okay, so my mom was truly the one that encouraged me. She was my very first agent. She saw the potential in me at a very young age. I was in Assumption. So from infancy to college, all girls school talaga ako. That's my parents, goal. So my mom saw that potential in me, and actually she joined me in a singing competition. Yamaha Music Made, and I was the youngest, so I won as a grand champion, and I was discovered by Vicar Records executive, and then they created the LP long play. I still have
remember
it.
that.
It's so
Yeah,
cute. I actually
yeah.
have a player. It's so fun. I show it to my kids because the kids now they don't like what is that. So in going back, and then there's this show, of course, the multi awarded and youth oriented show of Kuya Germs, and then actually don't remember how I got into that. I think there was kind of like an audition, and it was 1989. And, my mom took me there, and the rest is history. So I started in that show until it ended. I think it ended 1991. But during that time is where I actually learned a lot in that show because it's live. We rarely record actually. So if you make a mistake, then you already made a mistake in front of many millions. But it's live singing, live dancing, and it taught me a lot of discipline because at the same time, being a celebrity, I was also in school. Imagine I was only 9 years old.
Yeah.
So I was in grade school, and after school, we rushed to the studio because the live show starts at 3:30. And then after the hour show, then we have rehearsals, dance rehearsals, because every Saturday, remember that? We have this huge competition,
Yes.
Monday to Friday group, and then we compete. So I've learned a lot because they have different productions, whether it's opera or Broadway or pop. It was just so much fun. But I hope I answered your question. I think I
Yes.
got sidetracked. It's okay.
No, it was a great. So that's where you sharpen talaga yung skills mo that you also used here.
Yes, very good point. And the discipline, hard work ethics, marami ako natutunan sa show na yun. Humility, patience, and I already said the other. So that was my foundation. I think when I even look back, even up to now as with my career right now, when I look back and with the strengths I have, that's where I truly learned from that environment.
Nice. So you said it ended up 1991 yung That's Entertainment. And then is that the one that opens another door for you to start your parang being a solo performer?
Absolutely. So while the show was going on, so remember I was with Viker, and then my mom reached out to Benny Saturno because my mom believes that Benny Saturno is one of the greatest composers, and she was right.
I agree.
And at that time, Star Records, now it's Star Music. So I went to Benny and we kind of, talked, and he kind of auditioned me and told me what I need to improve on and whatnot. Make long story short, I was so fortunate that Vilma Selga is actually at that time I forgot her title, but she's the head of Star Records. And, they signed me up, and my first major record recording album was entitled Really Wanna Tell You, with 10 songs, but my first hit song was Pasulyap Sulyap. It was written by Benny Saturno.
Oh, it was Pasulyap Sulyap.
Pasulyap
Okay.
Sulyap. I was only 16.
Wow.
So it's
very young.
Patutams. Yeah. And then the rest is history. From then on, Benny got so excited, like, let's do another one. And then, after that one we released, I had a few songs released, but the other major hit was Kaba.
Kaba.
Kaba, and then Mahal Ka Sa Akin, and then I revived Mr. Cupido.
Oh, yes. I
Yeah.
think I saw your parang mga other cover song.
Yes.
And I know a lot of your fans and followers in the Philippines, globally. Namimiss yung mo, boses.
Diba?
Even now, alam ko yung yung Kaba.
Correct.
Tsaka nang Dahil sa Pag-ibig.
Yes.
Baka gusto namang nating bigyan ng
Yeah.
ng sorpresa yung mga nanonood ngayon ng The Business Connection. Maybe you can sing
Sure.
a little bit. Yung Kaba, tsaka yung nang Dahil sa Pag-ibig. Those
Oh
are
my
my
God.
favorite songs.
I agree. I love it. Okay, paano yung Kaba?
Kaba.
Di ko malaman ng nadarama sa tuwing ika'y aking nakikita. May kung ano sa damdamin at abot-abot ang kaba. Sa araw-araw ay nagtataka ang puso kong ito, o bakit ba ang kilos ko'y nababago pag halos na andyan ka na. Di makatulog sa gabi sa kahihisip, sa diwa ko'y ikaw ang aking panaginip. O bakit ba ikaw ang siyang laging laman ng isip ko? Sa bawat sandali ay nais kang makita, kapag tumiting na sa akin ay ligaya. Anong hiwaga ang nadarama? Anong kaba?
Oh my God! I love it!
Thank you.
I also want to say, your husband is also here and watching with us. He's smiling. Parang kilig siya. Diba? Nakikilig. Well, it was a great voice, and that's one of my favorite songs, I remember. And
Diba?
then, yeah. And then, you'll sing the next one after
Sure.
after other question. So now, hindi mo ba nami-miss tong ito yung entertainment? And ang tanong ko is, do you miss yung etong buhay mo nung singer ka sa Philippines?
I do miss it. When I came here at first, I was actually crying my first holiday because I came here summertime. And at that time, I was with my Filipino relatives and they were watching ASAP. And I actually had to go to the corner and I was crying and they were like, "Where's she? Where's she?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to the restroom."
Oh.
And the reason I was crying because I saw on TV, like my peers, I'm like, "Oh my God, that was me. Like I'm missing, you know?" So after that, like I was so busy. Really my goal when I got here, I said within a year, I was doing a lot of show, but I knew that it wasn't permanent, meaning I don't see myself, it wasn't a stable financially. So I have to have a plan. So in my mind, I was so determined and focused to be financially settled here and stable. You know, for the last, 10 to 13 years, yun talaga yung finocus ko. And, you know, have a family, be married, everything like I planned it out. So now many years had passed and now I'm more mature. I really know more about myself. I thought when I was in my 20s na I can do this. You know, when you're young, you think you know it all.
Yeah.
It's not that I was wrong, but it was kind of like naive. So now, you know, I'm more secure about myself and a little bit more confident looking back. And now I have more time. And right now with my work and family, ngayon is like, you know, it's settled. Because before when you start, you're at the bottom and then
Yes.
you know, you're hurrying up. And I was really in a hurry because I was like, okay, I don't want to, you know, we don't get any younger, we get older. So I'm glad I did that. And I really miss it now. Now everything is already in place. Again, I'm going to say it. I really miss it. So I could actually see myself doing more. And I'm so appreciative you thought about me. You asked me. I was like, oh my God, that's so much fun. You know, it reminds me of the olden days. Even a few weeks ago, there was a physician, PMA, Philippine Medical Association in San Diego, and I used to travel there a lot with my previous work. Anywho, you know, when I sang for everyone, I was like, oh my God, you know, I didn't realize how much I miss it. So yes, in all caps, I miss it.
Oh, wow. For sure. Pero when you came here, maganda yung ano mo eh. Maganda yung career mo, diba, sa Philippines. And then, what was yung parang transition mo coming here? Because it's not, this is the hardest. I was crying too when I came here and I was in New York. But for you, so you wanted to be financially stable. So what made you think that music is not gonna get you to the next level or be financially stable?
That's a very good question. And I appreciate you asking me that because everyone was shocked. I left at the peak of my career. Like I had no reasons to leave that country and that industry. But I had to make a tough decision for my future. So at that time, my dad was already retired and it's time for him to come here. And the original plan, always the plan was my mom and my sister as well, right? Because I have siblings here. Not many people knew that. My dad should have been here like back in the late 80s and 90s, but I was still small and he didn't want to leave me behind. He wanted to be there and present, and he wasn't retired yet. So, and at that time, in my career, there were some projects that I had to say no, unfortunately. And in that industry, when you're given some opportunities and you said no, for whatever reason, it would not sit well. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But at that time, I felt like I need to make a decision in terms of long term, not just because I want to be more famous, more money and whatnot. Of course, most people would want that. And I really love that. But not to the point of sacrificing and, giving up your values and your strong beliefs and most importantly, your dignity. So I had to make a tough decision that I might as well go to plan B versus wait for a day that they say bye to you. You know what I mean? So I said, I might as well leave at the peak of my career in my own terms, not in somebody else's terms. You know what I mean?
Yes, of course.
So that's what happened. And at that time, I was actually engaged to a Phil-American boyfriend. I mean, who would have thought, And of course, I was so in love with that guy too.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, okay, what is going on? I'm done with college. I graduated with honors. I think that's a huge accomplishment. Being in school and also being a celebrity. At that time, actually, no one in my industry went to school.
Yes.
Everyone, didn't have to go to school. That's why I didn't have a childhood, because it was just studio, work, travel, work, and then school. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what happened. I just made a decision. Okay, well, I'm engaged. My family is going to the U.S., but my dad particularly told me, well, you can stay in the Philippines. You don't have to come with us. And my mom's like, no, I can't say it on
Yeah.
You know how Filipino moms are.
It's very tight.
Exactly. Nope, you cannot be by yourself because she's my protector, right? Nope, you have to come with us. I'm like, I guess I'm coming. And again, at that time, I was engaged. So I felt like, I'm a believer. Sometimes in life, you are given options and you make a decision. So when you make a decision, I thought you have to make a decision what's best.
That is
not just financially or not just, like selfish, but as a whole.
Yes.
Because I was thinking in the future, I want to be married, I want to have kids, and I want people to respect me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, and that's why I left in my own terms and come here with chin up high and say, okay, I'm going to change my life. My legal name is Emma. Most people know me as Tootsie.
Yes.
So I said, I'm going to do Tootsie on the side, but work on my Emma.
Yes, that's right.
So that's what I did.
Wow. And I also see that you have a beautiful family. You have 2 kids. One is 15 and one is 8. Wow, I got that from you.
We're close.
We're close, right? So now, how is it now? Your life, I know you're... tell me more about your career, what you're doing right now. I know that you made the best decision because I can see that. Sexy post talaga siya. It's still beautiful. And I met your husband as well. So good looking. Wow. And he's very nice. Haba ng hair mo. Very siya. Humble. Para siyang Filipino, ha?
Diba?
You trained him well.
I did. Parang aso.
Hindi naman.
I'm just kidding.
So talk to the viewers about how's life here in the U.S. treating you?
It's great. So now I truly believe land of the free.
Yes.
Anything is possible here. I think as long as you're humble,
Yes.
hardworking, and you have a great work ethic. So the career I chose here, I fell in love with healthcare. How it started, actually, my first non-entertainment job here is being a realtor. I was a realtor in Northern California. I did so well. And even up to this day, I'm so thankful for the McKayan family. So Glenn McKayan was my broker. He has this huge real estate company. And his mom had a in-home care. The in-home care here in the U.S. means that they provide caregivers at home to elderly people. And it's private pay, so it could be a very lucrative business.
Yes.
So I saw the opportunity. I was doing real estate, working 7 days a week, because real estate, weekends, you do open houses and whatnot. And that's when your clients are available. But I was like, I can't do this forever. You work 24/7, or, sometimes you don't close the home. And then I'm already working with the client for months. So I kind of didn't like that. And again, I had a family. So I saw the opportunity and I got intrigued, and I saw, her, she's elderly, and she was driving around her nice Prius with a logo, Precious Home Companion. So one day, I just asked her, Ninang, I call her Ninang Priscilla, do you need a marketing manager? Like out of the blue.
Oh, wow.
And she was like very quiet. I'm like, I think you need to hire me.
No, wow.
I just said it like that.
Very confident. I like that.
Yes. The one thing, I'm very assertive.
Yes.
I actually had to tone that down sometimes here, but we'll talk more about that. And she was like, it was a long silence. And like, oh my God.
It's like, did I say it right?
Exactly. And then she said, oh my God, that's a good idea, Tootsie.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh my God, thank God. I'm like, yeah, Ninang, you should not drive around. Train me, and I'll
yeah.
do, just be in the office. I'll do all. And that was my first sales experience. Going to hospitals, talking with families, doing
Yeah.
bedside assessment,
Yes.
even though I'm not a nurse. And I just fell in love with it. I think because as a celebrity, you are really a people person,
People
right?
person, yes.
And you really know how to talk to them. And then the rest is history. I got, recruited, and I did so well. I even did marketing director for assisted livings up to, the corporate people saw the potential in me that they moved me in troubled buildings because I always make it, it's all about occupancy.
Yeah.
And my degree is actually hospitality. I'm a Polinian. I didn't realize how much hotel, restaurant, and management or hospitality industry is exactly the same as healthcare, particularly in senior livings and rehab centers. So years passed, and then I landed in skilled nursing facilities, post-acute care. I did with this company. I did so good that when the new company took over, they actually promoted me to a regional position. So at that time, I had 23 buildings. I still remember up to this day, I was crying in the car when the vice president called me, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's a huge race!" Who would have thought? And I was computing in pesos. Filipinos are.
Inaano pa rin.
I was like, holy cow.
That's a lot.
I know.
Yeah.
And I was crying in the car like, oh my God, this is my dream job. My
Yes.
husband. And then after that, I was like, oh my God, it's too much. And my second child, was born. So then I just transitioned to a different company and became a regional again, Make long story short, so I'm in healthcare and I love it. Believe it or not, I actually love talking to people because here in the U.S., they don't know me as Tootsie, right? They just
Yes.
know me as Emma.
Emma that works hard, very
thank you.
focused. Because you won't get to that level if they didn't see anything to you. Like maybe you have this leadership skills.
Thank you.
You have great interpersonal skills as well. And that's what they needed.
Salamat.
Wow, grabe. Congratulations,
Thank
Tootsie.
you.
And then that's how we met Lito. Now
Yes.
again, let's shout out for Lito.
Shout out, Lito. Thank you for stooding me up.
I know, you're
Nakita mo
supposed to
yung
be
kilay ko.
here. Big, nga, bakit ka ganyan, Lito?
Sabi mo sa akin, sabi na nga ba? Kanta ko yun.
Parang kanta mo yun.
Nang dahil sa pag-ibig. Diba?
Yeah. Lito is a great guy because he's been giving me so many great people as a guest. And I thank Lito for that. And of course, you. Diba? And now, let's talk about naman.
Diba?
Yung second, by the way, before we move forward with the next question, gusto rin nilang malaman, how can they reach you? Do you have any Facebook account, Instagram? So, give the viewers your personal info.
So, I only have one Facebook. I know I sometimes Google myself. I'm like, oh, that's not me. But that's cool. That's a great picture. Yeah, so I'm on Facebook. It's Tootsie Guevara, and also on Instagram, Tootsie Guevara. I think on my Facebook, I added my legal name, Emma Monaco, because I also have, non-Filipino and non-showbiz friends. I know at first, before I just put Tootsie Guevara, I was very private for many, many years. And then up to just recently, okay, I'll add my legal name there. Because sometimes, at work or non-Filipino, they're like, who's Tootsie? Like this girl looks familiar, but like one time I was in a meeting. Oh yeah, something keeps popping up and it has your face on it. Obviously I'm Filipino. And
they know you as
okay.
Emma.
And I was very quiet. Oh, okay, show me. Like here. Is this you? Like is someone using your picture? And I started cracking up. I'm like, I'm not laughing at you. That's actually me. Why is your name Tootsie? Oh, I said, Google it. He's like, okay. I was like,
Wow.
holy cow, I said, so, now I added Emma Monaco. But that's where you could find me, Facebook and Instagram. I post a lot of my personals and sometimes work stuff. So if you want to get to know more about me, you could see more about me over there.
It's nice kasi wala silang alam. Ang alam lang nila is your work ethic, diba? And then suddenly they will Google it and they're like, oh my God, I didn't know she's a celebrity in the Philippines.
I know. So I have a story about
Okay.
that. Many years, about 8 years ago, I was having a meeting with the C-suite. He's a hospital CEO in Orange County, and I was with my boss. So they're all not Filipino, of course. But this hospital, obviously, as we all know, there's so many Filipinos in healthcare. And I already knew them. So when we got out, he was touring me and my boss in the entire hospital. So we exited the elevator. Oh, this is the med surg, blah, blah, blah. And the moment they open, oh my God, Tootsie, the nurses, and they know me. And my boss knows. But the CEO and the
Doesn't
VP,
know. Yeah.
they looked at me and their staff, they're like, wait a minute, what is going on? Like, Tootsie? And they were all puzzled. So when I was down, like we were doing selfie picture, I was like, oh ate, yeah, sige, usap tayo later ha, kasi nasa meeting ako. Oh yeah, I know, andyan si boss. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, actually, and then my boss already, she was a famous celebrity, singer, actress in the Philippines. And they were like, oh my God, you didn't tell them. Well, you didn't ask.
Ang ganda ng feeling nung ganun, di ba? Parang for many, many years, they still know you.
Yes.
Parang they still recognize what you've put yung parang as an artist, as a performer, parang nasa mind pa rin nila how good you are.
Yes.
Maybe that's why.
And I feel so humbled every time.
Yes,
It's very humbling and nakakataba ng puso. I even had patients that are elderly Filipino,
Oh, wow.
and they recognized me.
Talaga?
Yeah, so now they're like, here in the US, they don't wanna, when they're sick and culturally, they don't wanna be at a rehab center to recuperate
No, they don't
after the
want, yeah,
hospital. But sometimes because of that, I talk to them every day. I'm like, Nanay, I had Filipino patients, even having pictures. That actually makes me happy, because
Wow.
I think it helps them, recuperate faster. To, Nay, wag ka mag-alala. You're not gonna stay here long term. Uuwi ka pa sa bahay.
You speak Tagalog kasi, so you can really, really
I could relate.
really talaga.
So they feel, I think I'm part of their recovery.
Yeah, that's good.
Minsan
So really
kantahan
good
ko
for
pa.
their for your current
Exactly.
company right now.
Thank you.
Maybe you're gonna be the next VP or the CEO.
That was actually my
next-
dream. I have a list and I put check marks
That's good.
on
You
my
have your
vision,
goals,
my
yes.
vision board. Yeah. We'll see.
Because they said you need to write it down, diba?
Yes.
And then you just put a check, parang yung bucket list.
You vision it, you write it down,
Yes.
and then you claim it.
Yeah, whatever the mind can conceive will achieve, diba?
Exactly.
Nice. So, after that, you have a beautiful family. Talk about your your husband mo, how supportive he is with your work, and then your kids. They're 15 and 8 years old.
My husband is very, very supportive. I'm very fortunate that I have him and we have each other. He is my best friend, my confidant. I don't want to say the word hard. It's a blessing when you find someone that gets you. So let's talk about me. So what I mean, that's why I pause, because I think I can be perceived as a difficult, I don't know, girlfriend or wife, even though I'm not difficult. I think because I am assertive.
Yes.
I know what I want. I have a strong opinion. So I think with other men, depends on the culture and their background, it would not
Yes.
sit well.
That's true.
And I think that's why I blended and was able to adapt here in the U.S. Because this is just my perception, my observation. Men and women here are equal. Regardless the woman works or not, it's actually encouraged or accepted, right?
Yes.
And of course, some of them are stay-at-home mom, but here they don't frown upon you if you work. I think this is just from what I remember. In the Philippines, it's very different. I think they don't expect much from a woman, but they expect a lot when it comes to raising kids, cooking,
Yes.
being domestic, and that's great.
Yes.
For me kasi, I wasn't born and raised wealthy, so everything I wanted financially, I have to work hard. I remember one day my mom was counting 80,000 pesos in the kitchen in our humble home. It was, at that time, it was only 2 bedroom and 1 bath. A-frame. Ngayon, uso-uso A-frame dito.
Yes.
Like, oh, ito, pambayad sa driver, pambayad sa maid. Oh, ito para sa tuition fee mo. Oh, ito naman para sa kapatid mo.
Yeah.
So, solve na tayo. Next month, meron ka ng tuition. But itong konting it will have to deposit in your... And I was only 11. I was like, oh my God, I didn't know I was helping, my dad. My dad was, even though he was an executive vice president, he was a government employee. And his job, he was appointed by the Philippine president. So what I'm trying to say is very honest. As a government employee in the Philippines, it's not lucrative.
Everyone, yeah.
He was driving a Colt. It's a company car. It's so small that we try to squeeze in it, But what I'm trying to say is I was raised, to truly understand that nothing in life is free. If you want something more financially or whatever it is you want, you got to work hard for it and, you can save. And there were times being a celebrity, not many people think, I think from the outside, you think, oh my gosh, you're a celebrity, you're so wealthy and rich, blah, blah, blah. But, not every day you have a show, not every day
you have a gig. Yeah.
You have a gig. I remember up to this day, there was a time, I think it was at least 6 months, I had nothing, but I had all these hit songs, and I was getting so nervous, like, oh my God, where am I going to get tuition fee? I'm not just done with college and whatnot. So that's why my mom was so resourceful, during campaign or doing shows here in the U.S. I used to come here a lot. But anyway, and going back, so that really taught me a lot, here when I got here. I already forgot your question. I got sidetracked.
No, I love
oh,
your
my
story.
husband.
Yes,
oh my God, from that, my husband. Yes, so, okay, I now remember. So where I was getting at, so because of that background, I mean, if you think about it, I am independent, I'm used to the lifestyle that I make money, right? I feel good about it, and I help my family, or I help people. So if I'm with someone that doesn't understand that, and can, that are insecure and not, doesn't know what they want yet, it's not going to work. So, and I don't have problems to be submissive, right? It really depends. I know where I can be assertive, and I know where to stop talking and whatnot. So when I met him through my brother, actually I was kind of like a lawyer on our first date.
You're already asking too many questions.
Too many questions, like,
or the judge.
Exactly.
Not the lawyer.
He's not even done answering the question. I already
You
have a
the second follow-up questions.
Well, because when I met him, I was a single mom.
Oh, okay.
My eldest at that time, he was only 3 years old. He was so tiny, and I was like, I ended that first, first marriage. I've learned a lot. I don't want to, if I'm going to go get married again, I want it to be better. I'm always like that. I want better. So I had so many questions. And then, we're starting dating, and make long story short, he, it's the best. Everything happens for a reason. Like, he understands, because I could be stubborn. We can be moody, right? When we have our monthly periods.
Yes.
So he kind of knows.
I can visualize, like, you asking questions, like...
So
like you're in the court.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, he's almost 10 years older than me. So I just have to rub that in.
Okay.
So I keep him young.
And what are the 3 questions that you asked him?
Well, the first one, I think I asked, like, so why aren't you married yet? Like, how old are you? Like, what do you do? Like, where are your parents? Where do you live?
Wow.
Yeah, one question, like
a background.
Back to back. So I said, why did you ask me out for a date?
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
are you looking for a girlfriend, or are you just looking for, like a booty call, what they call it here? Because if that's what you're looking for, that's not me. I said, I have a son and, a career and whatnot. I want to get married again. So I said, do you want to get married? And I said, yeah, of course. Like,
first
so
date?
Yes!
First date. You lock him in.
But I was like,
you know what you want.
I don't
want
have
to
time.
waste time.
Exactly.
Yes,
and let's not
time.
play around.
Yes.
I don't like
that. I
playing
can see
around.
myself on you. Like, these are the questions. Okay. check. And then X mark. Okay.
Exactly.
And then,
right. And I think if a person is genuine,
so funny, yes.
respects you and loves you,
yes.
those questions are not bad.
It's not. It's not.
And if I think if a guy is secured about himself,
Especially if he has a good intention.
exactly.
Diba? Grabe.
Grabe
Kakakilig. Haba ng hair mo.
Haba talaga.
Parang best friend na kita.
Oo naman.
You can be rin, a counselor din, diba?
Wow. Amazing. What a compliment.
So how's your kids? Is it like a boy or a girl?
I have boys.
Oh, boys.
So my 15-year-old, he's very talented. Sports, academics. Magaling din siya magsayaw at kumanta, but he doesn't, he's kind of shy when it comes to that. But he's in golf varsity. He's the youngest.
Wow.
So he's in second year high school now. That's crazy. I have a high schooler. And he also plays basketball.
Oh, wow.
So it's very busy. With my job, I'm fortunate I still have my mom and then my husband. So they both, help me. They actually drive my kids around either taekwondo. So my 8-year-old does taekwondo. He loves it. He's
so every time they
passionate about it.
see your pictures or your YouTube, like when you were still in the Philippines, anong sabi nila? When they see their mom, like, oh, I didn't know, Mom, you're a singer.
Yeah.
Like
So my eldest son, obviously, he's very proud, I could tell. And one time I remember he was still in grade school. He has this project. He's the VIP, very important kid of the week.
Wow.
So for the whole week, there's this poster that the kid created. And of course, the sports, family picture, blah, blah, blah. And then in one area, I think the question was, who is your favorite celebrity? Something like that. And he put Tootsie Guevara. And there's no Filipino there in the school. We live in Orange County. And then I think I remember, the teacher asked me, like, who is Tootsie Guevara? And then she didn't even Google it, right? And then your son had mentioned, that's my mom.
Oh.
But aren't you Emma? I'm like, oh, yes. That's my celebrity name. If you go on iTunes, you'll see all my hit songs, Spotify. And they're like, oh my God, we didn't know that.
Nice.
So that was kind of cool. And then Ethan, my son, would say, oh, Mom, my classmates, even though they're not Filipinos, they Googled you. So I could tell he's kind of proud about that. My 8-year-old doesn't really understand the concept.
Yes.
I mean, he's only half Filipino from me. He's more of his dad's, who's Italian. But one night, actually the other night, I showed him a YouTube video of me. Someone posted that that's entertainment, and I was only 10 years old. And I was like, oh, look, can you find mommy? That's it. I said, good eye. I'm like, oh, look, I was only 10. And I was showing him pictures of me doing soap opera. And he's like, oh, I didn't know you were an actress. I thought you were only a singer.
Oh, wow. So proud na rin sila talaga.
Yeah.
Proud kids.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about your mom. You want to say hi to your mom and dad. I know we were talking about that.
I know. My
mom is
mom.
the funny.
Exactly. So, hi, mother. My mom and I think we've always been together since I was born.
Yeah.
So when my dad passed away in 2017, actually there's a story. So this house that we currently live, I showed it to my dad because the house had a huge backyard and what we call an in-law suite, and he was very sick for many years. So I said, Dad, I really like this house. You can you have your own entrance. It's kind of like a 1-bedroom apartment, and it's attached, so I can see you every day because it's hard here in the U.S. after work. It's instead of me visiting him, even though it's close, I would just go directly home, have to cook or spend time with the kids. So it was kind of hard, and I want to see him every day because he's getting sick. So my dad passed, hindi na naabutan yung bahay, but we got the house. Namatay daddy ko July 2017 in November, so just a few months later, and we accommodated mom. So we're always together. She helps me so much with my kids. Because if I didn't have my mom here, or if she's not with me or whatever, there's no way I could work. regardless I like it or not, I have to be a stay-at-home mom to, to take care of the kids.
Yes.
But yeah, she's very supportive. Most of the time she cooks. I thank her for cooking Filipino food because
The best.
exactly.
The best food.
Yeah, so my
Yes.
kids eat sinigang, nilaga,
Adobo,
adobo,
pancit.
syempre lumpia,
Oh,
pancit. My
wow.
husband loves it too, those
Uh-huh.
meals. So
But you guys don't even
yeah.
gain weight.
Oh my God. Oh, we try. It's
You
so hard.
tried.
Well, my husband is very fit, and just
Mm-hmm.
recently I made a decision. I really have to take care of myself. I tried so hard to lose weight because it's so easy to gain weight
It's
here.
true.
It's
Everything just have so much calories, no?
yeah,
Grabe.
yeah. We just try to eat less, But my boys eat. I mean, they're boys.
Yeah, they're
And
boys
they're young kids still, and they're into sports. I don't exercise.
very
So
active din sila.
exactly.
Yeah. So now let's talk about let's go back again sa singing mo. Kasi right now you said you're more visible na, 'di ba? Sa Facebook, you're using Tootsie
Yes.
Guevara. So what is the plan? Are you planning to maybe start yung singing career? Kasi yun yung nami-miss mo eh. Now
Yeah.
you parang you got all your achievements, your goals. You're financially stable, savvy.
Yes, savvy.
You have like lifestyle mo. Now you can always go back to the one that you really love then, diba? Yung singing. Are we looking in the future na ka rin? Mag-concert or like
That for sure.
for sure?
I
Okay.
actually applied for Monaco Productions
Uh-huh. Oh,
because
nice.
I was like envisioning, I either want to co-produce or produce, but I'm definitely now ready to be more visible in the entertainment industry, particularly in the Filipino community
Yeah.
here. Because now, I kind of, it's all about timing, diba? So I kind of
Yes.
know now when I can do it and whatnot. But yeah, you'll never know what the future holds, but
Yes.
what I'm envisioning is I could totally see myself going back to, not going back, but doing a little bit more of shows,
Yes.
entertainment, and maybe record, albums. Right now, everything is streamlined in social
Yes,
media,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
You can be wherever, and then you just upload on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes. So, maybe you'll just never know. For me now, I'm ready. Sky's the limit. Let's do it
Yes.
if I feel good about it. And it's fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe in that one. Well, I'm so excited, and for sure this is not the first and last because we're still gonna do
Of course.
Christmas.
Diba?
Diba?
And you'll
I'm
never know
gonna
concerts.
Never, yeah, concerts. So you are
Events.
welcome here to use our,
you.
studio. And I really thank you for coming here. I appreciate you and your husband. It's Sunday.
Yes.
It's Sunday and you both are here. So I thank you for that. Is there any other things that you wanted to share before we end the show?
I just want to say thank you to you, Wendy, and to our pogging director as well thank you guys for thinking of me and accommodating me. I had so much fun. This is such a great setup. I love pink. I was admiring. That's my favorite color. And I think, for what I could share, probably for women and men or wherever you are, I think if you set your goal on something, I know you're not asking me now, but you're saying
No,
message.
I love that.
I just thought I'd
Yeah.
share. And the reason I wanted to share,
Yes.
during, we all have struggles. No one really, taught me. Like, I really have to, like, find myself and figure out what I need to do. If I could just share words of inspiration, always be humble, always do the right thing, believe in yourself. I believe in karma. Don't step on somebody else's shoes or try to do bad to someone or to people just to get what you want. You can be successful in doing the right thing and just focus on your strength. Nobody's perfect. And a lot of people truly would say, oh, whatever, naysayers, oh, you cannot do that, or you'll never make it. They will always have like an excuse, but that should just ignite you to be more confident and stronger. It's probably because they see a potential in you and they want to stop that. So never stop, never quit. Go for it, take risks, and life is a journey. And always try to be happy, no matter what. I mean, I'm not perfect. I still, you know, up to this time, I still try to work on my kinks. But at the end of the day, and my husband really helped me, you know, a lot. Just let it roll and just think, you know, positively and take care of yourself, you know? You know, take care of yourself. Yeah, I mean, I don't exercise, but I try to drink lots of water, try to eat less. You know, I realize like, I mean, I love eating, but at the same time, you could be diabetic, you know, and eating too much, you know, or that's why disease are there, or even cancer, I think, because of the stuff we put in our mouth, in our body. So take care of yourself, be happy. And I think we need to love more one another.
Yes.
Because I still see it around even at work. I feel like we need to promote more positivity, love, respect, and not bringing people down. If you see someone, I know it's hard, you know, doing well or more than you, my attitude is like, how can I be like you? How can I be like her? How can I, you know, I think I know it's hard, you know, but what I'm saying is like, we just have to promote more love and peace, because I just think there's so much negativity and there's so much like
Hatred.
That's the word, you know, and it does affect business, regardless it's entertainment or whatever, healthcare. You know, everyone has their own agenda.
Yes.
You know, but anyway, I'm so talkative. Blah blah.
No,
blah.
I love
but
it.
I hope you found sense in what I was trying to say.
I love that great message, Tootsie, because like here with what we're doing, me and Bernard, our CEO, the Wendy Linda Show, the Business Connection, that's what we're trying to promote is positivity, love, and instead of competition, collaboration.
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Absolutely.
So thank you again, Tootsie. Love you.
Love you
and
too.
I'll see you next, maybe in 2
Tomorrow.
weeks, tomorrow, right? So again, thank you to all the TBC viewers, and magkita-kita po tayo ulit next week.